So we have finished Dark Souls now, but we wanted to do one last kind of a little thing, talking about the game, talking about what Chicho thinks of the game, like quality issues, that kind of a thing, sort of mini review-ish sort of thing, Chicho's impressions, and then also just the Let's Play and maybe what we want to do differently in the future or change or anything like that. So yeah, what did you think of the game as a game?
Well, I always like a good story, but I kind of have to be spoon-fed the story.
Yeah.
So, in the sense of, like, you have to read the lore to know what's going on. That was kind of like, I didn't really feel as emotionally attached to, like, the whole world of Dark Souls.
Yeah.
But it was still a really great game as far as just the gameplay, like the worlds, the art and everything. So it's a lot different than like a Fable game or like a Skyrim. Definitely.
Yeah. It's a lot more of a focus on the mechanics than on like the...
Definitely.
Yeah.
So, but no, I really enjoyed the game. It's dark, hence the name Dark Souls, I usually like a really upbeat story, but that's okay. It was a nice change of what I'm used to.
And part of the thing I would say, too, for you maybe not getting as much out of the story as you could is the format that we're doing it in, because it's like the Let's Play.
True.
The story of Dark Souls is really about a lot of exploration, and it's like a lot of, I found this weird thing. What's the story behind this weird thing? Let's look into that. Oh, it's tied to these people over this way, and this group of guys. And we didn't really get a whole lot of that, because it's not really conducive to doing a Let's Play of it. And a few people have mentioned that during this.
Well, because our time for recording, too.
Yeah.
It wasn't hey, let's come over once a week and just hammer this out.
It's limited and spread out over a really long time. Like, it's taken us a year to do this, so it's taken Chicho a year to play the game, which I would also say probably relates into how good you are at the game, in that I would imagine that playing a game over a year like that, especially a really skill-based game like this, you lose skill over time. Like, when you don't play a game for 2 months, you're not as good when you come back to it. So, I have a really hard time fighting Artorias, and then we have to come back 2 months later, and you have to just start fighting Artorias again. Like, that's hard.
Yeah.
But it's not really something we can get around too easily.
Yeah. I mean, but the cool thing, though, is anything... like 99.9% of all the stuff I did is recorded.
Yeah.
So the only things that weren't recorded was just, get to this location so we can start recording here.
Yeah. Like, we had a few, we're running to the boss room, we don't need to record that. We had a couple of little missed recordings. Queelag, we ended up, that was, Queelag and Ceaseless Discharge were both kind of messed up with how, the technical issues.
Just the software or whatever, yeah. But other than that, everything that you saw... that's all I played. Like, I didn't... There was no off-camera, I'm just gonna, go pillage this area and practice on this or that. No. The only pillaging we did do is, towards the end, Chicho ran out of humanity. Right.
And, we ran through the cave once, just to pick up humanity.
But that was just to pick up humanity. It wasn't hey, brush up on your style in this way or that sense.
So, and I would say, too, never picked up the controller myself or anything. None of this is, secretly me playing.
Yep.
If it was, I would probably be a lot faster. But...
So, no, it was totally all me. So, it was a little more unrefined, but...
yeah.
I think it was kind of cool, capturing somebody's...
first time going through it. Because it's a game that's, it's so variable in how people go through it, too.
Mm-hmm.
And that is... I am torn on, advice and how much, control I gave you and stuff. Because I feel bad about, telling you to go here and do this. But again, it's kind of the format.
Well, I mean, it's... when it comes down to media and presenting it to people, I mean, you could have a pure experience if it was just you and me, not recording. Yeah. So, time is not an issue. It's just, hey, let's just play this game. Because then you could be patient, let me explore. Or it'd even be, I wouldn't necessarily have to play with you. I could just take it home and explore myself. And then I could ask you questions on certain things.
Yeah.
But for the format we're doing, it's a Let's Play. You want to see me progress. And honestly, I think that's the reason why I got turned off of Dark Souls the first time, is because I was so new to the game, didn't know what to expect. I seriously took forever, and I got nowhere. Because I was just going to the same areas, just kind of looking around.
And that is quite a big flaw, I would say. If there's a flaw with Dark Souls, it is that it does not explain itself well. And it's not just in terms of here's your tutorial that you have to do when you start a game. there are mechanics in this game that need to be explained in some way, and they just don't. Like, weapon scaling, never explained. And that's how most of the best weapons in the game work, is weapon scaling. And, you know, there's nothing telling you how weapon scaling works. You just have to sort of look at the stat screen and understand it. And, like, even you even run into this, like, later in the game, too, with, like, stats and stuff, where it's like, stats for armor don't matter, but there's so many of them, and it's, like, so important to try to have, like, the best equipment, and the mentality for this game doesn't require that at all. And that's really what I kind of think this game is. It's Dark Souls is hard, but I think it's more about learning how to play Dark Souls than it is Dark Souls being purely difficult.
Right.
And I would say, so then one of the common threads of thought with this game is on the difficulty of it and how fair it is versus how not fair it is. Mm-hmm. And what's your stance on that, as someone who's fresh to it?
Just,
well,
I mean, I don't know, where do I begin? Certain bosses just play different, and so it really just comes down to, like with most boss fights, you just map out their moveset.
Yeah, learn pattern recognition.
Yeah, and just figure that out and get your timing down. But, again, I don't know if it's because of the large gaps of time in between playing, or if it's just how I approach bosses, but I had a hard time sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, doing the pattern recognition from boss to boss.
Yeah.
And so, there's a few bosses, I'm not going to name any names, but I died several times too.
Yeah.
Like, dozens of times too. So, had I actually had this game at home, just sitting down by myself or playing it and just, you know, continuously playing it, not having large gaps of time.
Well, and then
I don't know if I would have had as hard a time.
Well, and it's also the putting you on the spot in terms of, because you're not only playing, you're also trying to talk at the same time.
True.
Which sounds really easy, but trying to have a decent conversation while something really intense is going on that's being played is really hard.
Yeah.
Like, you can see that in a lot of our the most intense fight in this game. Chicho and I are generally really, really quiet. Because he's super focused on the game, and I'm, like, super focused on him being focused on the game. So, not really the best conversation.
Yeah. But for somebody who's new to Dark Souls, watching those quiet parts of our Let's Play probably isn't as annoying as to somebody who has already run through the game. They want to see how somebody else does it, because they're probably sitting at home like, dude, come on, okay, skip 5 minutes forward. Okay, no, he's going to die. Okay, I'll just look and see which episode he's actually going to succeed at. Go to that, which is understandable. I mean, why watch somebody else fail when you already did so many times? Yeah. So, but no, other than that, I thought it was a great game. It was a good investment of time.
Yeah.
I mean, it got us videos for a year.
Yeah.
So, thanks, Dark Souls. So, yeah, with Dark Souls 2, that'll be pretty interesting. I'm probably going to pick up a copy around the same time you do. That way we can just both
that'll be fun. I'll be interested to see how that turns out, too, in terms of skill of us versus each other and everything. Yeah. And
I'm interested to see, because I actually decided I am going to start a new game at home, just to see, like, you know, the first half of the game, if I do any better or not.
Yeah.
Because it's not really fresh in my memory anymore, but the mechanics of it are, like, kind of ingrained in me now. So I want to see how far I can go without dying.
I guess, if you don't want to play the same game again, but you do want to do an experience again, I could always loan you Demon Souls instead.
That's true.
So if you don't like, I just want to make Dwayne again in the same setting or anything, I could give you Demon Souls.
No, I might make Dwayne again. I'll just give him a better name. I don't know. Dwayne has it's become like a household name. It's Dwayne. So anyway, okay. So
Dwayne is a character.
So there you have it. Dark Souls was pretty cool. I hope
we learned some stuff about Let's Play and doing Dark Souls.
We laughed. We cried. We got mad a lot.
Really, really frustrated.
We got really close to killing bosses and then died ourselves. Or myself, I guess I should say.
A couple of times we got like one hit down on the boss, then died. That was pretty painful. Those were the most painful.
So yeah, you know, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. I don't know if it's because my standards are low or because I really like the game. I don't have any qualms with the game, other than just, they kind of just leave it open to you, and it's just up to you to find out where to go and do stuff, which is kind of cool because it gives you the exploration factor.
Yeah.
But I sometimes want to be led on a leash, so I don't know. Other than that, it was a great game. I'd give it a 10 out of 10.
Okay. So, now we're going to play Demon Souls, right?
Oh no, we're gonna play Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, Demon Souls and Dark Souls 2. You can play Demon Souls, I'll play Dark Souls 2.
Yeah, when I get burnt out on Demon Souls, I can play Dark Souls 2 at home.
Okay. That'll be fun. Let's do that.